This parish dates the origin from the second half of the 19th century, when Sliema was fast being developed. It was Don Paolo Vella from Valletta who owned a residence in the locality where the parish church now stands, that showed interest in the neighborhood. When the cathedral chapter started planning on amphithouses, several plots of land in this district, the canons decided that a church be erected on a big plot of land here to serve the pastoral needs of the residents.
Don Paolo, aware of what was being considered, together with a number of inhabitants, submitted a request to the local ecclesiastical authorities for this church to be built. As in this locality, the number of residents was increasing at a fast rate. Though they had to face a number of obstacles, Don Paolo and his helpers were not discouraged.
Meanwhile, the Catholic Church was about to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the Episcopal consecration of Pope Pius IX, and so the Sliema Committee desired the church to be erected as a national monument recalling the Jubilee. At the same time, it was decided to dedicate this church to Our Lady of the Sacred Heart.
March 1877, Don Paolo and his committee submitted a request for the erection of this church of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart.
Attached to the request were the plans of the church, the signatures of the holders of the lease, and the names of the several volunteers that offered to work free of charge on Sundays and feasts. The petition was acceded to by Bishop Caruana, who signed it there and then. A few weeks later, that is on the 6th May, the cathedral chapter approved the building of the church on the plot of land the canons themselves had ceded for this purpose.
Overcome with joy and enthusiasm, Don Paolo and his helpers did their very best for the work to start on 3rd June 1877.
As on that day, the Universal Church was going to celebrate the festivities in honor of Pope Pius IX on the occasion of the Golden Jubilee of his episcopate. May 1877, Whit Sunday, Don Paolo Vella, surrounded by a huge crowd, planted the cross on the spot where the main altar of the church was to be placed. June 1877, laying of the foundation stone of the church built as a monument to His Holiness Pope Pius IX.
4th May 1881, canonical erection of the Confraternity of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart of Jesus.
26th June 1881, blessing and opening of the church, arrival of the statue of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. November 1881, the Franciscan Friars Minor took over the administration of the church from the previous rector, Reverend Paul Vella. August 1902, first enrollment of members in the Franciscan Third Order.
19th June 1910, the statue of Our Lady was taken out of the church for a spontaneous demonstration.
2nd July 1911, first procession with the statue of Our Lady with the approval of the ecclesiastical authorities. 29th September 1918, the church was erected into a parish by Archbishop Mauro Caruana. 24th April 1919, the Confraternity of the Blessed Sacrament was elected and approved by the Archbishop Caruana.
April 1924, permission was granted to enlarge the front part of the church.
1st April 1942. The church was partly destroyed during World War II. In 1944, reconstruction work was taken in hand. February 1949. The statue of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart of Jesus was profanated, damaged by thieves and robbed of votive offerings.
November 1950. The church was consecrated by Archbishop Monsignor Michael Gonzi. Throughout the years, several works of art were donated to the church by its benefactors and parishioners.